Всем привет. Ой, сейчас. Ой. Насморк. Долбаный насморк. Шэдоу Джек, Сега и Богдан, привет. Ой. Вот все хорошо, но насморк. За что? Вот это самое худшее, что могло произойти. Хотя нет, больная спина была хуже. Так. А напомните, может быть, кто-нибудь помнит, почему я вчера не делала общий... я не делала, потому что по времени, все понятно. Значит, сегодня можно сделать общий бокс. Это аллергия на работу, я уже говорила. Да нет. Это аллергия на жизнь. Так, у меня последние капельки печенья остались. Мне кажется, как будто бы там еще много, там как будто бы не последние капельки. Да, с мокрыми. А что? Так. Бокс. Общий на... Сколько я вчера хотела? 777 пусть будет. Так, задание наложить заклинание с ТСФ. Выбралось. Ага. Так, на 2 часа. 2 часа, я думаю, мы сегодня точно просидим. Начать создать. И сейчас еще бокс сделаю для вас. О. Хорошо. А есть капельки со вкусом котлет с пюрешкой? Не знаю, может быть. Я не удивлюсь, если такие имеются. Но я бы такие не купила. Так. Я это какой выбрала-то? Да. Для вас. Так. Часы просмотра. Часочек надо посмотреть. 1 часочек. Все. На 2 часа. Все сделала. Бокс сделала. В какой Г играет? И тоже Г. Хорошая, ладно. Вот. Сегодня опять не работает, или ты не включала? Без понятия. Должно работать, наверное. Можем сделать тестовый, проверить, чё как. Тестовый. Давайте вот это сделаем. 1000 лет его не видела. Спасибо за фоллоу.
Сообщение.
Ну, по крайней мере, пробные работают. Прям сразу. Прям доли секунд разница. Вот. Рулетки просто нет на стриме. А это чё? Это чё? Все, не могу. В общем, извините, пожалуйста, что я буду шмыгать вам прям в уши. Но я ничего не могу поделать. Я уже закапала капли, вот, так что не надо мне об этом писать, что надо закапать. Я уже закапала, ничего не помогает. Может, попозже. Поможет. Так, я включаю игру, я разобралась, что к чему, что надо было включать, почему я это не сделала вчера, я не поняла. Ну ладно, мне простительно, я болею, так что ничего страшного, я думаю. Но там... Короче, там какое-то задание. У меня вообще сохраненки, получается, остались мои еще с прошлого раза. Вот. И... Спасибо, Сега. Потише можно? Она сама тише делается. Вот, я сделаю продолжить. Вот это я вчера после стрима попробовала загрузить. Вот это нам надо, как я поняла. Потому что там, по крайней мере, был момент, который я не играла 100%. Вот, я думаю, что нам надо его. Гринич, привет. Вот, но мне кажется, что надо было бы вообще вот это все дело заново переиграть, потому что я толком не помню, что к чему. Вот, и сейчас посмотрим, короче. Бля, жалко, печенька у меня закончилась. Так, можно тут как-то... Не. Заново. Заново, это же я просто эту миссию буду заново все проходить, да? Уверен, все расследование начнется сначала. Да, вот это хочу. Тебе дали уровень? Нет. Чё бы вдруг? Ничего мне не дадут. Спасибо за фоллоу. Там надо, я же говорила, там 10 эффективных зрителей, у меня столько нет, у меня только 6. Хотя, может быть, сейчас даже еще и меньше. Я не знаю. Вот это задание я даже в делах не видела. То есть это какое-то другое. Левое какое-то. Или мы это проходим? Но там, по крайней мере, был момент. Я вот вчера запустила, и был момент. Я точно его не играла.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, the fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Просто сегодня качество стрима можно выбирать. Вчера разговаривали с одним стримером, так и не поняли, от чего это зависит. Думали от второго уровня. Ну, уровень у меня второй давно, мне надо третий. Второй уровень у меня есть. Он у меня уже... Ну, давно, короче. Я не знаю сколько, но он давно уже. Давай, я поведу. Я буду за рулем. Где там мой напарник-то? Вот у нас примерно такое же утро сегодня было. Ай-яй-яй-яй. Не ори на меня.
Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to say.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on,
Ой!
you can't keep on telling me there's not
Что
a
ж ты
killer still
делаешь-то,
out
а?
there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Вот этот разговор я помню.
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Куда ты по... Как это он так поехал? Там же стоп написано. Он третьего, значит, короче... Ну, третьего-то у меня нет. Блин, а можно было там заехать, да? Ай, прости, пожалуйста. Прости. Ну, прости. А почему нам то сюда приехать надо было, то теперь туда? Спасибо за фоллоу. Так, стоп. Спасибо за фоллоу.
Detectives,
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar. I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
Nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Угу.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Что-то это химчистка. Единственная, что ли, в городе? Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не, это уже смотрели.
Probably nothing.
Ерунда какая-то. Ой.
Incidental. No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene. Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Что ты там нашел? Ну-ка, покажи.
I don't think so.
Так. Что тут? Бутылку мы нашли. Деньги посмотрели. Телефон. Можем позвонить. А, по поводу химчистки, наверное. Сейчас женщину привезут. Она расскажет, что она видела какого-то бомжа. Вот. Вроде бы. Да блин.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Спасибо за фоллоу.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Ну,
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
угу. Ты не понимаю, она видела одного бомжа, а при этом говорит, что типа он там этот главный бомж у них там. Как она поняла?
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks.
Угу. Так, ну что, я снова сделала всю работу. Где там мой напарник? В лагерь, по-моему, нам сейчас ехать бесполезно. А, он уже сидит, ждет меня. Молодец какой.
You're behind the wheel.
Поехали.
Where exactly are we going?
В химчистку поехали.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying.
Это не я
right?
еду.
Before you start trying
Это
to
он
link
так
this
едет.
to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand? At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks now.
Эй. Эй.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress. Is it there?
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Здесь тебя прогульщика. Прогуливают где? Когда прогуляют, узнаем. Когда вернутся, нагуляются.
You can drive. Fine. Where are we
Так.
headed?
Давай, вези меня туда пока.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is
Как
your
это
wife
стрима
home,
на
sir?
ютубе нет?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrell?
Так, сейчас, секунду. Что там с ютубом? Ютуб. Вон оно, в чем дело. Пам-пам-пам. Все. Есть стрим на ютубе. Какие-то старые дети. Я там смотрю. Ты по ссылке просто перешел. Там доступ был по ссылке. Вот. Поэтому, собственно, кто переходил по ссылке, могли посмотреть сразу. А сейчас я сделала, чтобы все могли смотреть. Так вот.
Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Terrelson? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules a man as a suspect.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Так, подождите. Вот. Так. Нужно выяснить, часто ли она бывала в этом заведении.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Странно, они же ведь слышали, что сказал полицейский. Почему они не заплакали? Какие-то дети такие интересные.
At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Спасибо за фоллоу.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. Lars was out in the rain last night. We could see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
Так, у собаки пусто.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive. I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Все. Тихо, тихо, куда ты?
This isn't what we're looking for.
Да как? Я не понимаю, типа, та сумочка его привлекла, эта сумочка ему не нравится, он ее смотреть не будет. Ну что это такое? Это неправильно.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Ну как знаешь. Так, что тут?
I don't think this is going to help us.
Ой. А вчерашний стрим настолько косячный был, от того на канале его нет. Нет, он не то что косячный был, я просто там выполнил последнее дело. Ну, когда вот это вот, где можно выбирать дела, я выбрала последнее, я его выполнила. Но оно без концовки получается. Я просто выполнила дело, а там в итоге это не окончание игры. Вот, и я подумала, что а нахрен он вообще в целом тогда нужен, если, по сути, я, получается, буду все переигрывать. Ну, так что я решила его скрыть. Не нужен мне такой стрим. Что это такое? Ну, что это такое-то? Подделка какая-то, да?
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Так, мы там точно все посмотрели, что там можно. Может, еще куда-нибудь сходить? Да нет, все, наверное. Ну-ка. А, эти ботинки не хочет. Ой.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
Detective.
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks, ma'am.
Я пропустил сообщение с Ютуба, или реально уже пару последних стримов с Ютуба не отображаются на экране, когда ты играешь. Чего? Пропустил сообщение с Ютуба, или реально уже пару последних стримов с Ютуба не отображаются? Нет, они отображались. Были. Вчера. Так, ладно, чё? Еще какие-то улики есть. Что-то еще тут есть. Видимо. Подожди. Что-то я не нашла, что ли? Да отойди, ну. Так, а сюда мы зайти не можем. Да не. Дайте смотрели, мам. Ой, приветствую, у меня твой стрим на второго не подсветился на главной странице. Ну. Вечно что-нибудь да не работает. Обычное дело. Так это сумочка, это мы уже смотрели. Мы точно там все посмотрели. Да, такой помады. Ну, все понятно. Ну, убирай. Спасибо за фоллоу. Ты чё? Эй! Ты что завис-то? Он сломался. Ну вот это, да, то, что построено. Ой, построено. Ну вот это вот, которая там на полочке стоит, да? Это она и есть ведь? Угу. Все понятно, он убийца. Я все выяснила. Он всех убил. Отпишись, потом снова подпишись. Бывает, помогает. Колокольчик не забудь прожать. Так, все, пойдемте. Теперь мы все нашли. Да, молодцы. Еще не подписан на ютубе. Мне нельзя с рабочего аккаунта. Я про то, что на экране стрим не вижу сообщений с ютуба. Сигна, напиши, пожалуйста, сообщение с ютуба. Какое-нибудь.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Ну ты врешь.
For the record.
Не то
You kill your wife? Oh my God. This. No. I didn't kill my wife. Fuck you for suggesting it.
Это натравил посел на фильмы. В ютубе почему-то фильмы никто не стримит. Потому что на ютубе нельзя стримить фильмы. Если ты начнешь стримить фильм на ютубе, то это продолжится недолго. Буквально минуты 2-3, наверное, 5. Может быть, 10. Но недолго. Канал заблокируют и все дела, и, в общем...
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Я еще не понимаю, как это... Они вот гуляли... Я, по-моему, в прошлый раз про это тоже возмущалась. Как это гуляли вместе, и что-то и жена ушла. Чего? Чего вот я ему скажу? Она уж решила уйти, и чё?
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Угу.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
I think you're in an unhappy marriage, Lars. I think you're lying, and you would like to get it off your chest.
You telling me my wife was unhappy? What proof do you have of that?
Твоя жена была несчастлива в браке, потому что... Я не знаю, что заказывать. Я захожу в свободное время и смотрю, что стримят. Угу. Вижу сообщение, значит, прошлое просто пропустил. Угу. Попробуй напиши, казнят ведь. Да, точно. Так вот. Найдено, да? В этих ведущих следов к телу, следы шин, регистрация. Спичный. Что такое? Ага. Вот, мокрая куртка, грязные ботинки. Давайте вот это ответим. Что тогда ты от меня хотел? Я не понимаю. Спасибо, Илья.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Ну, ты не похож, как будто ты врешь.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
If Bobby Ross doesn't confirm your story, we are going to come
Короче,
back.
понятно, блин, все, все профигачило.
Sounds like the Terrelson crowd had her last drink at Baron's Bar. We should check the place out.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Вот, он тоже поверил. Вези меня. Мы в готику не играли, давай туда только труп нашли.
And where exactly are we going?
Да, в готику потом. Я просто в эту игру уже давно не играла. Из-за того, что она сломалась. Готику там еще проходить и проходить, так что никуда она не денется.
Would you recommend a special, miss?
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
2 club sandwiches. Thank you, waitress.
Переживал. 2 водки со льдом.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
О. А что там со стратегией можно заказывать? О, подожди. Не знаю. Стратегии под вопросом. Максимус заказал, но если что, ее меняем. Ой, если плохо все будет. Давай лучше хлорумпе, пенумбру или амнезию. Не, ну заказывай. С удовольствием поиграю. В пенумбру я играла первую, амнезию первую играла. Ну, какие там называются первые, я не помню. Ну, в общем, первые я играла. Подозреваемый мужского бродяга.
Who is she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Betty.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure, I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other men?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD. Don't make me chase you, shitbird.
Нафиг надо орать вот в начале, а? Куда он делся-то, блин?
Get after it. Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Да как?
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust
А,
get
это же,
away
блин,
from
не
you.
полицейская машина, мы просто ее угнали у кого-то, да? Ух ты.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Ну, отлично, он там уже
You gotta
это...
get me closer.
Все.
Put your hands in the air!
Put your hands in the air.
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
The older I get, the more I see.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Полиция не угоняет. Ну да. Не, я просто нажимаю, что эти клавиши, которые сирену включают, а он такой сигналит. Бип-бип-бип-бип. Думаю, что-то я не то, что ли, нажимаю? А ну вон оно что, оказывается.
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
А что у нас есть-то? Ой, боже мой.
I don't like it when you lie to me, Richard. You have the stink of the yardbird about you. What were you in for?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You got anything that says I done time?
Ну вот как вопрос, с чего ты взял, что я сидел? Я вообще про другое думала. Они там говорили про то, что... Типа, он говорит, я не в курсе, что она там это, куда она дальше пошла. Я думаю, ну я скажу, что типа она уехала на такси. А в итоге вообще вывернули весь разговор про то, что сидел он или не сидел. Ой. Ой, при чем здесь это вообще? Ну и что мне вот сказать ему? Какие у меня вообще, что он сидел? Откуда я знаю, что он сидел?
You boys should run along. You got a killer to catch. Remember?
Спасибо.
You're coming in with us, Bates.
But I'm not your guy. What exactly am I being run in for?
You have a record, you ran from us, and there's the fact that I don't like you. That's 3 strikes in my book.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Спасибо за фоллоу.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks for your help.
Так.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Да меня насморк замучил уже. Периодически выключаюсь высморкаться. Это ну невозможно. Так.
Need a drink.
He's in an interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
He ran the light on Olympic. We finally collared him on Temple.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Ты врешь.
You're lying to me, Jessup. I think you weren't having much luck and you decided to take it out on Mrs. Terrellson.
That's not true. What makes you think I wanted to hurt her?
Да я откуда знаю?
no John Paul Jones, but I'm no heel either.
Спасибо за фоллоу.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. If your story doesn't check out, Jessup, we're hanging you out to dry.
Фига себе, смертный приговор.
Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Brand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
Oh.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sack.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
Вот теперь мы едем в лагерь бродяг.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo league.
Well, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought. 3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrellson picked up?
11K, roger.
Вот этот момент вчера я смотрел, когда уже после стрима.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic here, fellas. You need to hold out for the cavalry round.
How do we do that?
Like this. Buckshot will keep you down, Phil.
If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for
These
it.
men know they're harboring.
Собака такая, а? Давай. Не.
What's your
Спасибо,
name?
Серега.
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Я-то думал, надо будет махаться со всеми. Я вчера такая думаю, блин, это будет что-то прям вообще интересное. А тут всего лишь... А тут всего лишь одного надо было захреначить. Спасибо, Илья.
Doesn't look like anything.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Спасибо за фоллоу. Так. Веревка. С кровью.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrellson's chin.
Ну брось, брось, брось.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney. We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Было похоже, как будто бы он сейчас согласится. Привет, Паш. Пышный волос. На складном большинстве. Ага.
Are you drunk, mister, or are you just cracked?
That's the guy from the paper. Solved that big case.
You can't do this!
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and then pushed him in front of the car? That's the cop who caught her. Hey, fuck you, asshole!
И ты кому сейчас сказал? Да нет, нам, наверное, надо отсюда уже уходить, потому что нам надо было только его жилище осмотреть, получается. Отличная коробка. У тебя тоже такая ничего коробка. Молодец.
Wow, that sure looks like a beauty.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Как отсюда выйти? Нет, я теперь буду тоже бомжом. Я не знаю отсюда, как выйти. А, вот все. Так, сюда мы как раз ходили, да? Что с голосом? Так я же болею.
You can drive. Fine. Where are we headed?
Спасибо, Илья.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same shtick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
Я заказала все штуки для ремонта. Приехал пока только грунт-концентрат. Вот. Когда все приедет, ну хотя бы грунтовка и шпаклевка, тогда можно будет начинать. Ну, в целом-то можно уже начинать сдирать, конечно, обои. Вот. Я думаю, на выходных начну, в субботу. В субботу, может быть, в пятницу вечером начну.
This town is going straight to hell.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrellson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
Да. Если там обленился самой съездить и все купить. Так там по скидкам. Зачем я буду ездить по магазинам все покупать, если есть магазины, где продают то же самое со скидкой? Не?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
А что у нас против него вообще есть хоть? Дамская сумочка и кусок окровавленной веревки. Я, говорит, куда хочу, туда и хожу. Какой именно холм? Чё? Следы шин. Отпечаток разгвоздил. Ну давай как будто ты... Ладно, я сомневаюсь.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Это неправильно. В смысле? Спасибо, Илья.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Какая доставка? Блин, я заказала все на Озоне. На Озоне ну, все, кроме шпаклевки. Шпаклевку я заказала в Wildberries, потому что там она на 300 рублей дешевле. Вот. Довезут меня до пункта выдачи. Уже до пункта выдачи, который находится чуть ли не в соседнем доме, я доеду на машине, потому что шпаклевку 10-килограммовую я не понесу. Понятное дело. Привет, Максимус. Спасибо.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Убийство секретарши. Вот там такого не было. Какая-то херня. Смена тяжелая была, видимо. Очень тяжело.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Спасибо, Максимус.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
When exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said, "All sparing." You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
Не буду чихать.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
It's up to every American, man, woman, and child, to...
Чё это мы опять переигрывать-то будем? Ничего не будем переигрывать. Будем сразу играть хорошо. Правда, я не знаю, вот этого чувака мы посадили, а что-то как-то... Ну, сидит он такой прибалдевший, говорит, я убил многих женщин. Мы ему сразу, ты обвиняешься в убийстве.
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
Ну, с улицы свалить хотел, типа в тюрьме лучше макароны на ужин. А, ну. Не,
What
ну...
you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Опять же, он же говорил, типа, вот, я куда хочу, туда и хожу, там, типа, все дела. То есть, ну, свободная жизнь такая, вольная. А тут тебя посадили и все. Да, макароны.
You're behind the wheel.
Но теперь ты не сможешь ходить по своим любимым местам.
Where are we headed?
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
Ой, не могу больше, меня бесит.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. You got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them. Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Актриса ее убили, дело не раскрыто до сих пор. Ну, сейчас мы раскроем. Делов-то.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Блин, ты только что говорил, что не после полуночи, а это 2 часов.
Leave the car in
the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
Я надеюсь, что это письмо найдет тебя в значительно лучшем состоянии, чем то, в том, когда мы расстались. Лишь мы наговорили друг другу много лишнего. Ты тогда слишком много выпил, и мы обе знаем, что ты бываешь. Я пишу тебе не для того, чтобы нападать и обвинять. Я хочу извиниться. Мое сердце чуть не разорвалось, когда увидела, что стало с моей маленькой девочкой, что она делает с собой. Алкоголь разрушает твое тело и душу, и видеть это мне тяжелее, чем ты думаешь. Но лишь я могу судить нас, поэтому я прошу у тебя прощения. Я посоветовалась по поводу тебя в одном санатории. Они говорят, что это состояние болезни, можно вылечить. Это не... Как будто бы мама.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her.
Винный магазин. 2 больших чемодана, маленький чемодан, матрас, подушка, простыня.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Что тут еще у вас?
Wanna leave me alone so I can get some work done? Go play in front of the trains.
Что ты сказал?
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shuttling cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
Не с глаголами пишется раздельно. Спасибо за фоллоу. У меня справка. Странно вы разговариваете. Я? Чё это?
I got this gadget whiz guy putting recording devices at the place.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine.
Целовал? Не вы, а Максимус. Мгм, он на китайском поздоровался с белыми людьми. Ага, ага. Может, я? А может, вы? А может быть, ты странно разговариваешь?
Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
Сейчас мы тебя...
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Такой смешной, такой... А, неправильно.
What did you write on her body?
What are you talking about? I didn't write anything.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Да что ты все врешь? Что у нас вообще есть-то хоть? Был кальцу. Погоди. Угу. Сумочка, верхняя часть разорванного письма, работник киностудии, губная помада, которая была сделана. Hello. Спасибо, Максиму, за подарочную подписку. Теперь у тебя будет погоняло Макимус. Ты здесь навсегда смирись. Да, кстати. Ну и что мне ему сказать? Врешь ты все, зараза такая.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead.
Да, но начал целовать.
About midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, can you get this sack of shit into a cell? I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Ой, спасибо, Максимус.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Спасибо, Сигна.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thank you.
Так, ну и все, поехали отсюда.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Поехали сначала в бар. Напьемся.
You read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Цифра обнови. Ман не добавляется. Сертификат пропал. Они тут деньги трясут. Еще модер есть вообще.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings? I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular 5th columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Я столько не выжил, да? Ага. Посреднический услуга алям. Господи, фиг вы говоришь.
You're behind the wheel.
Так,
Fine.
бар.
Where are we headed?
А подожди-ка, ну-ка дай-ка мы... Есть ли тут еще что-нибудь в этом баре? Причем эти посреднические услуги? Я просто хотела, чтобы ты мне подарил там подписку. Там тоже можно подарить. Обновил приложение Трова, но за час просмотра мне нифига не начисли, сволочи. Ну, может быть, у тебя уже просто начислено за весь день и все. Суточная норма.
You can drive. And where exactly are we going?
Может, Трова тебя не любит? Ты там нажми на ману, и там должно быть написано, что у тебя прибавилось.
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
I meant as a suspect, Rusty.
Спасибо за фоллоу.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
Так, а как нам?
Say, could I borrow some of that mascara?
My wife is so dumb. She stares at orange. You recommend the special? Well, it does say counterfeit carton.
Ага.
Tiernan! LAPD! There!
Опять чуть тачку угнали.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn, Cole.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
Hit him, Cole.
That is the end of that. It's about fucking time.
What's that?
Put your hands where I can see them.
Так, и чё?
Can you drive to this one?
Ну, поехали теперь, ладно, видный магазин.
Where are we headed?
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
Ну и чё? А, она тут жила. О.
She wasn't always such a loner.
Угу. Метафизика Аристотеля.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Угу. Ну. Ну. Ты смотри, какой противный. Да нет, не это.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed. Rawlings bowling alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Или, возможно, ей этот чувак подарил. Справка-то есть по этому поводу. Угу.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures? A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Подружка ее, наверное, или любовница. Блин, ну тут вот почему ты не берешь? Или это только к этим вот фотографиям относится? Тут вот ничего нет, получается. Видимо, нет. Спасибо за фоллоу. Тут больше ничего точно нельзя сделать. Ну. М-м. М-м. Хм. Нет, это к этому. Да как будто бы все, не знаю. На ракету нас собирали, ни хрена себе, вот это новости.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Так, а что у нас есть-то? Заложенные кольца, бродяжничество, пропавшее кольцо, время смерти, сумочка. Угу. Угу. Ничего нету. Ну, давай как будто бы я сомневаюсь.
She was an alcoholic and your friend, and you still kept selling her booze.
You ever try to stop an addict, detective? Better me than having her buy methylated spirits from the hardware store.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
Ну давай сейчас как будто бы я сомневаюсь.
When Evelyn bought the booze,
Опять не то.
did she say who she was meeting or where she was going?
A young drinking friend of hers, I think. Don't recall his name.
Угу.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
Лично с ним не знаком. Ну вот что я могу сказать? Ну теперь-то точно, наверное, выпадет это. Сомневаюсь.
We're struggling for leads,
Неужели?
Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
I thought you were Evelyn's friend, Robbins.
You should learn some manners, some goddamn respect.
We're catching murderers, not running a popularity contest.
Я уже там работаю, но это секретная информация на фабрику, на предприятие. Не-не-не-не-не. Не-не-не-не.
You drive.
Ты нас повезешь.
And where exactly are we going?
Не знаю, обратно едем в бар.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central, code 2.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps. $250 хватает, а вот 700 где контент? Где контент? Все там, все на месте.
I think we bust in there and find the goddamn.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
I think his name is Phelps. I read about him in the paper. Everybody in this town is nuts.
The only reason some people get lost in thought is because it's unfamiliar territory. Hey, don't mind me.
Куда я пришла-то?
I survived the war for this.
Не. Вот ты где. Я заблудилась.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
Да, мы за сегодня управимся, сейчас все раскроем. Думал, там халява будет, а потом понял, а теперь понял, что там к каждому слову придираться будут.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
He plays the saxophone. Oh, and boy, did he get me going.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks.
I say we bust in there and find the
You're behind the wheel.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What you got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Да. Если он будет так много работать, то он тогда не сможет приходить на стримы, Максимус. Нас это тоже не устраивает. А, вот тут. Шестая.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Угу. Пойдем.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Что же делать?
Okay. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Junk.
За просмотр стримов жду оплаты от Леры. Заспать от Максимуса. Угу. У меня денег нет, как известно. Ну слушайте, ну все, орудие убийства мы нашли, все, он виновен. Че тут? Какие тут?
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
За просмотр тоже от тебя оплата, стрима денег нет. О, вторая часть письма. За одно время тебя подлечат, и ты приедешь домой. Я знаю, что у тебя изменился адрес, поэтому не уверена, что мое письмо дойдет до тебя. Но я молю Бога, чтобы ты его получил и прислушался к моим словам. И каждый вечер молюсь за тебя и прошу Господа, чтобы однажды ты постучала в мою дверь. И все плохое...
The letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
Да, причем прямо это... Так, стоп, а там еще что-то было, да?
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Спасибо, Сега.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Не, наверное, все, наверное, надо идти наверх. Чё ты? Иди домой. Чё ты тут встала?
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
Чего? Тебя сейчас тоже посадим, будешь тут много разговаривать. Спасибо за фоллоу. Спасибо, Максимус.
Grosvenor McCaffrey!
Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Да блин, я не могу его догнать.
Give it up, LAPD.
Ура!
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
Спасибо, Сега.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young Phelps.
Ой, я переживаю. Ладно, пойдемте.
Parker or Green? I don't know who'd be worse.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Так, а у нас что есть? Спасибо за фоллоу. Ну, судя по следам. Вот так, это письмо. Почему у нас другие не записались? Ну, давай как будто я сомневаюсь.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Понятно.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
И чё? Ну, прям так смотрит, я верю. Ну, давай, верю.
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
Да.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Ну и чё? Ну и чё, блин? А монтировку я нашла у этого. Фигня какая-то, сомневаюсь.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. A big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear. You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
Ты врешь. Я про книгу
You have
рассказывала.
to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
А книга?
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Aha. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Так. Ну, а если мы ему, допустим, скажем про монтировку?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there? You're going to have to do better than that, detective.
Да в смысле у тебя орудие убийства дома нашли?
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
И чё? Ну да, ведь. А это что такое написано? Что? Надо было вот это, наверное, выбрать в прошлый раз.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Вот. А теперь мы тогда вот это выберем.
Tiernan is prepared to testify
А,
that
да,
you
все
threatened
правильно.
Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Угу.
Boys get any on the side?
Мне надо позвонить.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help.
Угу. Ну-ка, пойдем спросим, что там.
I'm just praying the prince comes through so I can nail this son of a bitch.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
Ложь.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have.
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Так, я пойду сейчас с тем поговорю и вернусь. Я выиграл, Максимус не выиграл. А Максимус пришел позже, он, наверное, и не успел бы целый час посмотреть меня.
That's a guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Now there's an oxymoron for you.
I want to make homicide. You know you made
Ну. А мы не можем ему сказать? Не, давайте тогда пойдемте того сажать. Я думаю, что тот виновен. Что-то он какой-то это... Я думаю, что надо вот этого сажать. У меня и диалог с ним лучше получился, и какой-то он нервный.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
Вот так вот. Похвально. У сидящего в камере смертников есть время написать сенсационные мемуары. А прикиньте, если это не он. Почему при этом не показывают, кто реально виноват?
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with two Nambus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
Goddamn Dylan, having a season from hell.
Найди меня там, где я прячусь.
No one else but the killer knew about this message.
Ooh, I got it.
Не верить в торжество несовершенства, прощать обиды черные, как ночь, упорством невозможность превозмочь, терпеть, любить и так желать блаженства, что солнце вспыхнет сквозь туман, и обессилие отрава. Над этим образ твой титан. Лишь в этом жизнь, свобода, слава. Победа красоты, лучистая держава.
To suffer woes, which hope thinks infinite. To forgive wrongs darker than death or night.
Дивись, они глядели в небеса, а музыка гремела и гремела. Я спрятался в фонтан в тенистом сквере, лежал, как отражение луны, под зеленью листов на зыбкой влаге.
Another snippet from the Shelley poem. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller
Hang
case.
on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Looking in wonder.
Ah, fuck it. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to mean?
It's supposed to... Forget what it's supposed... What does he want it
Where are
to...
you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
A what? Story with 2 meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain, thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down in 1 round.
Skeleton goes into a bar.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
Где выход-то?
Hey, I gave his wife a
А,
tap. He said all's fair in love and war.
вот он. Так, давай, вези меня.
You can drive.
All those cases, Rusty. What have I been telling you all along?
We gotta get this guy.
I know. Enough women have died.
Yeah, and it's our asses on the line too, Phelps. You heard what the captain said. The department is not gonna take responsibility for all those bad convictions.
Success is a double-edged sword.
Let's just get this sick pervert and have it done with.
Время-то уже. Мы сейчас тогда до ближайшего сохранения поиграем и закончим. Ну нет, не до сейчас сохранения, до следующего.
Rather you than me, Phelps. You know, the local hobos use that as a latrine.
Здесь есть пещера, вся она кругом обвита сетью вьющихся растений, семьей цветов, преграды для дня, мерцает пот отливом изумруда, звучит фонтан, как песня пробуждения, с изогнутого верха сходит вниз. Как серебро, как снег, как бриллианты, холодные спирали слезы гор.
There is a cave, all overgrown with trailing odorous plants which curtain out the day.
Так я ж попшикал еще раз.
Elizabeth Short, Betty Short, Black Dahlia.
Elizabeth Short's social security card.
Jesus Christ.
That's not all. There's another stanza from Shelley.
Can you work it out? You got a city map? See if you can work out where he's taking us. I don't like this freak leading us around by the nose.
Откройте карту, чтобы увидеть найденный досвет, выбрать дальнейший маршрут. Как открыть карту? Я не помню, что там было-то. Есть пещера, вся она кругом, овита сетью вещих растений, семьей цветов мерцает под отливом, звучит фонтан. Угу. Пещера, фонтан, горы. Тут не... Нет. Спрятанный автомобиль. Блин, я даже не знал, что здесь карта-то есть. Вокзал открылся. Огромное задание получил назад. Может, сюда? Какой город огромный, блин. Если мы просто сейчас в машину сядем, нас ничего не будет.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
Mm-hmm. Так. Пещера вся она кругом, обвита сетью вьющихся растений. Семья цветов игра мерцает под звучит фонтан как письма жизни. Нет, а может быть все-таки тогда вот это место? Где? Где был-то? Вот. Есть основания. Я не знаю, ну, допустим.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Вылези.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Ищи сохранение на карте, не то, чтобы не хочется тебе...
Him. It's really him, the fuck who killed the Dahlia. Can you believe this? He's leading us.
It's his game, Rusty. He may want someone to catch him, but he's extremely dangerous. I doubt if he will give up easily.
Suits me down to the fucking ground. We clip this fuck and we get citation. What a day to be a cop. That pencil-pushing Parker won't be able to shove me aside after this.
Ищи сохранение на карте. Не то чтобы мне не хочется тебя смотреть, но если в каждую минуту стрим может закончиться, то я бы пошел. Но хочется до конца посмотреть. Нет уж, ты иди. А, так это не фонтан.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Фигня. Городской архив. Место уличного преступления. На алтаря и трона гипсосом. Ага, ага. Да. Спасибо, Максимус. Я не знаю. Это мы сюда ездили.
It's him, the cop from the newspapers.
Спасибо, Шаду Джек.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy who was pretending to be dead?
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Эй,
He wants to window shop, he can do it outside.
чего со мной не разговариваете?
Let me guess.
That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of germ?
Ты кто?
Hey, you know how dangerous that is? Hey, this isn't New
Ты
York.
эликсиры можешь не говорить спасибо. Ну как же?
God damn!
Чего вы орете-то хоть?
His name is Phelps.
I gotta have it.
Three blondes walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it?
I just don't know how to dance to bebop.
А чё, а куда это поднимается-то хоть? А, пути. Угу. Так, ну подождите, если... Ой. Ничего не соображаю. О. Здесь есть пещера, вся она кругом обита сетью вьющихся растений.
The mountain's frozen tears hang down, raining forth doubtful light.
Doubtful is right.
A chandelier. The glass dome at the halls of justice. Worth a shot, Rusty.
Okay, Professor, one shot's all we got.
Он решил мне помочь или что? Или... Это где? Ну-ка, сейчас, подождите. Сюда? Городской архив? Ой, ё-моё, как я так сразу-то не догадалась, да. Побежали обратно, давай. Давай на перегонки. Когда ты шмыгал носом, это было милее, чем сейчас.
What the hell is this guy doing?
То есть, когда я выгляжу, в принципе, как здоровый человек, это...
Are you drunk, mister? Or you just... Wow, that looks like a beauty.
Какая там пещера-то? То, что архив внизу находится, наверное. Или как? Ну вот сейчас мы, получается, приедем туда, и я тогда выключу, потому что там должно быть, наверное, сохранение.
You know the way. You can drive.
Не, проиграл он мне. Вообще потерялся, походу. Он бежит. То есть по этой люстре надо было догадаться, да? А я про пещеру думала.
Can I help you, sir?
Все, сохранение сейчас пройдет. Все. Все? Все. Все. Заканчиваем. Выйти. Ой. Завтра. Что у нас? Завтра четверг? Значит, завтра тогда продолжим. Наверное, эту игру. Скорее всего, наверное, эту игру завтра продолжим. Я посмотрю. Вот. Так что так. В общем, всем спасибо большое за компанию. Спокойной ночи. Сладких снов вам всех. И хорошего вам завтра дня. Не болейте, а кто болеет, выздоравливайте. Все. Всем пока-пока.